Hi, everyone,
So,
and welcome to today's episode of Habaita. I'm your host, Shira Simmons, and today I am so excited to be joined by Herzl Michel, who is the founder of Hycos AI. So, Herzl, thank you so much for joining Habaita.
thank you, Shira, for having me here.
My pleasure. So, why don't we just start by you just sharing a little bit about Hycos and what problem you guys are solving in the company?
Okay, so we founded Hycos AI, me and two of my co-founders, to solve a huge problem that the e-commerce has today, and
Okay.
it's they're not making the money that they can make. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have a tent that you're buying, and think of like tent is a heavy thing, and when you ship it to your local address, that's okay. But if you live in Alaska, the shipment gonna cost you. And on top of that, let's say you have a Black Friday event with a huge discount code, you're
Yeah,
gonna lose money on the Alaskan shipment. And
right.
the problem is that e-commerce doesn't really know in real time how to handle it. And we have the solution. It's not just shipment. It's a bunch of stuff like foreign exchange rates, tariffs, you name it.
Mhm.
Like it's a lot
So
of,
would this apply to Israelis that want to ship products from America to Israel? Talk to us
yeah.
about that. Because there are many listeners that are Olim here that, for instance, I order a ton on Amazon, but I always try to get that free shipping. But most of the items are not free shipping. So I wonder, how do you, obviously not on Amazon because I know you work with Shopify, but how do you, if I find something on Shopify, let's say a good one actually is Kylie Cosmetics. She's on
Yeah.
Shopify. Okay. And
Yeah.
she ships to Israel, but there's tons of taxes and tariffs involved. So maybe just use that as an example, like how I love makeup. I would love to buy from her store and ship here. How would that help the consumer, and how would it help Kylie Cosmetics?
Yeah. So what Kylie's Cosmetics is doing, let's say you have some item, she analyzes it and she knows the exact price that she's gonna make profit on it.
Right.
But what happens if the Israeli government gonna change the tariff? It will take some time for her to realize that she's losing money on a specific item, and
Mm,
only then she will change the price to have a positive margin.
okay.
So our system, Hycos, what it does, it is connected to all the different factors that goes into the price of the cost of specific item. And in
Okay.
real time, it notifies Alice that this deal is not profitable and you need to change it. And we have the ability to do that in real time, not wait
Wow.
a month later, lose all the sales that went through for 1 month. Then her analytics team goes over all the spreadsheet and realizes that she's losing money on a specific item, and only
Right.
then she's gonna change the price. We do it in
Okay.
real time.
So just to explain, just from high level, what you're saying is there's many countries that we can ship to, that the e-commerce can ship to. Each of them have their own tariffs. And many times, like we just had in Israel, right? Actually we had two things happen in Israel, but the tariffs are changing. And obviously it's impossible for a regular e-commerce, site owner to keep on top of all the different tariffs, right? And the changes. So what would happen is if they said, let's say it's 15%, and they're calculating it based on 15%, but it now goes up to 17%. So instead of charging the customer the additional 2%, they're paying that additional 2% to the e-commerce channel, right? And
Yeah.
they're losing profit.
Yeah.
So you
And
automatically will let them know so that there's never a time that they will lose any money from
yeah,
their sales. Okay.
exactly. And on top of that, the changing foreign exchange rates, the shekels is very strong today, and it's
Yes, the
changing like
dollar
daily.
really, yes.
And on top of that, they add like a newcomers coupon to Kylie store. Ola, she's losing money, and that's not good.
So also the exchange rate, you're saying. So it takes into effect the tariffs and the exchange rate.
Tariff, the exchange rate, kind of coupons. You probably
Coupon.
heard of coupon stacking. People
Yeah.
using a bunch of coupons to
Yeah.
get the maximum. There are websites that are dedicated for coupons. And
This was my previous company, by the way. This is my second
oh, really?
company. I started the first mobile couponing company. So I was able for you to like send a text message and get a coupon from KFC on your phone. So I'm very familiar with couponing. Coupon
So
stacking is when you find from all different sources and stack them all together.
exactly,
So
exactly.
explain to me how you help with that.
So as I said, we work in real time. We have the ability, like we have an AI component in our system that has the ability to monitor all the different kind of factors that have an effect on the price, on your margin,
Okay.
and in real time.
Got it. Okay.
So you don't lose
Right. So if
days or
somebody is
weeks or
coupon stacking, it might say, listen, the maximum we're setting for coupons is X. So if somebody goes above that, cap it at that. Is that correct? So they don't
yeah,
lose the money?
kind of. Let's say a customer comes into the store, he selects a item and adds his one coupon, two coupons, whatever, and the system in the background calculates and determines if this price is like margin positive, if you're gonna make money or you're gonna lose money.
It could deny the coupon?
Can deny the coupon, but like, it's not like we never let down the customers because
Okay, I was gonna say, yeah.
because the
That's
store
that.
wants customer, but on the other hand, the store doesn't want to lose money. So
For sure.
it will offer some kind of a new deal. eh? Instead of a 20% coupons, we will give you a $15 off. Everybody wins.
Okay, so
Everybody
basically,
wins.
so calculate this deal is gonna, create a problem with your margins. Let's offer the customer this deal instead. Okay,
Exactly.
got it.
Exactly.
I think that also though you have to be really careful because there's terms and
Of
conditions.
course.
And
Yeah,
then,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
Yeah, we have a
if anything, you could notify the e-commerce channel saying, listen, you're running this coupon, and when a customer comes and does A, B, C, and D, you're going to be losing margin on this when they couple it with these,
exactly.
right? And so then
Exactly.
they,
And
okay, we have to set the parameters and change them, right?
yeah, actually, most of the time, a large e-commerce, he has his own analyst team that does
Yes,
this for him,
for
but
sure.
it's impossible to do it for thousands of products in real time. Like we can do it, but a human being is unable to process that much of a data and come to a decision if it's profitable or not. It takes them time, probably a month, to process everything and then come to a conclusion and recommend a price change or coupon change or something.
Okay, no, I love that. That really, because like you said, the analytics team also can analyze what's happened already, but in order
Yeah,
for preventative, they have to kind of first identify, okay, we have a problem. What's the problem? Where is it coming from? Which coupon? Like that's a lot of work to figure that out,
exactly.
right?
It's
And
thousands or tens of thousands of items.
for sure. And there's so many different coupon sites. And then on top of that, with the e-commerce channels, I'm curious how you deal with this. There's the affiliate programming as well. So on top
Yeah,
of the coupons, they have the affiliates that have driven the traffic that they're paying 20%,
exactly.
right? And so
Exactly.
with the
Exactly.
coupon,
You hit the point. Exactly. You should come work for me.
stop. Okay. No, but I understand this world because many of my clients are in this space. Some of them actually offer Shopify coupons, right? And gift cards.
Yeah.
And so I've been, a lot of them offer many different Shopify solutions. So I really understand the business behind the e-commerce, actual merchant as well as the customer. And it's
Yeah.
so important, like you're saying, like it's very hard. It's like this fine line between protecting you and making sure
Exactly.
customers are happy,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah. Exactly.
One bad experience can cause so much damage with the internet right now, right? And with
Yeah.
AI. So you have to be
Yeah.
super careful, but you also have to stay in business, right? So,
Of
and
course.
you
Yeah.
also need your
That's the main
marketing
thing.
channel, right? You need your marketing channels to promote you.
Exactly.
So maybe you can
Exactly.
come back and say, listen, you have to have these terms and conditions with your affiliate program. If
Yeah.
somebody's purchased this amount with this coupon, then if they use a coupon, then it's not valid. Like there's a lot of different
Exactly.
rules that can be set. Okay, got
Yeah.
it. So you're able to come back and say these are the kind of conditions that should happen with
Yeah.
these.
And in real time, we have the ability to, let's say, in theory, change the price or not change the price, alert the store owner that he has an issue with this kind of a deal. We can
Yes.
change it.
So
Yeah,
huge and alert them in real time. So after maybe
yeah,
one purchase, think about
exactly,
how much money that's going to save them because
exactly.
usually the analytics team would find it after 1,000 purchases. And again,
Yeah,
have to figure out why did we lose $20,000? And here
exactly.
maybe the damage is, $50, $100, and you could stop it before it continues to become a huge snowball into this big problem. And like you're saying, it's impossible to keep to keep updated on every
Yeah,
single thing that you have and all your terms. I mean, you need a whole team just to do that. So you basically realized that this was okay, a huge problem. Were you an
yeah.
e-commerce merchant yourself? Like, how did you discover this?
So yeah, like my family used to have a silver, like online silver store. Are you familiar with all the mezuzahs and menorahs and
My brother just opened, it's not a silver like goods, like the menorot, and I love those stores like Hatzorfim, right?
yeah,
But he just started a silver coin business for investment
yeah,
that you can buy silver
yeah,
coins. I'm gonna shout him
exactly.
out, Lavi. If anyone in Israel wants to buy silver coins, love the
So
Lavi Silver Group. Yes.
my family, my family used to own a store. My father passed away, and
Oh,
everything
I'm
went
sorry.
away with him. It's happened
Oh,
years ago. But I opened an online store for his business, and then I faced all these issues. I learned from the ground things like he was making money on the physical store, but at first we were losing money for some
I'm
reasons
sorry.
on the online store, and it took us
Oh,
time to understand what, like, it's a totally different business, e-commerce and real
oh,
commerce. It's
a
so
thousand.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Now, and
so
interesting because it's interesting because a lot of store owners realize, okay, there's an opportunity for me to be able to sell
yeah,
beyond my local footprint, and they go into online and they're hit with all of these challenges that brick and mortar doesn't face. So that's exactly what
exactly.
you experienced. And then you realize, okay, I got to fix this, right? I
Yeah,
love.
and Hycos can fix that.
Wow. So then what did you go up and find engineers to design the technology? What was the
So,
process?
so I used to work, like, I'm an engineer, and I used to work for a company called the Ravello Systems, which was
Okay.
acquired by Oracle.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It was like the biggest exit for 2016, I think.
No
Yeah,
wonder.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So two of my co-founders, they used to work for me. We worked together for 10 years together.
Oh,
So
that's
we worked
amazing.
good
Love that.
together. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm the CEO, and Udi is the CTO, and Yuda is my AI researcher, and we work
Amazing.
amazingly together.
Wow, that first of all, I love that because that's like work family, right? When you work with them
Exactly.
before, you kind of know each other's
Yeah,
strengths, each other's weaknesses, what you each bring to the table, how you deal with conflicts. You already have that's ahead of the game to be able to start with that as a team, that's
yeah,
amazing. And so you basically then design the architect of what you needed, and then you leveraged AI, LLMs in order to build this.
yeah. We have one first design partner. Is a, as I said, it's an online hardware tool store, and he sells, nails and hammers and heavy
Hardware.
machinery and yeah, hardware exactly. And like we learned so much from him because he's not huge. Like it's a design partner. He's not huge, but he does have, like, as I said, nails are light items, but on the other hand, he have some drills and stuff that are heavy. So he needs to understand a shipment. Well, he mostly sells in Israel, so he doesn't really face all the foreign exchange rates. And well, he does because everything is bought from abroad.
I was going to
So
say,
he
when he purchases, it probably is. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So
Yes.
he needs to know exactly his margins in real time. Like
Mm.
he's a solo operator.
To the other side as well. So all the buyers of merchandise also
Yeah,
need to have this software as well.
that's the
Because
next stage. Yeah, yeah.
I actually have a few friends that unfortunately went out of business
Oh,
because of what happens here in Israel with all the shipments.
oh,
Another
wow.
friend of mine was able to survive but her shipments was double the cost now in Israel. It took 4 months later. Wow. So actually, I'm going to make an introduction to her because they have a
I would love
thing
it.
that they sell. Yeah, bras and underwear, but they sell across Israel. So,
Yeah,
and they
that's
buy their
amazing.
goods, I think, from South Africa. So that it's very interesting. So anyway, I could totally see how they would benefit because if they would have had that information prior, it would
Of
have
course.
saved them a lot of headache, a lot of stress,
Yeah,
waiting
yeah.
also. I don't know if you do you also deal as well with like the timelines of shipments?
We do. Like
That's
as I said,
huge.
like we are a very young company, and actually we are just raising our seed funding. So anybody out there,
Listen.
yeah, anybody out there want to invest in a really cool team
Yes.
and a very interesting idea, welcome.
Amazing. Come,
Yeah,
I will post Herzl's information on when I post this podcast. And absolutely, if
amazing.
there's angel investors or VCs that are looking for an amazing e-commerce technology, AI-based company, please
Yeah,
contact Herzl. Okay, amazing. So then you can really basically you're like this information hub in real time that
exactly.
will provide all of this information to the e-commerce channels, whether a lot of them are buying their goods and they're selling their goods, and
Yeah,
there's a lot of exchange happening. There's shipments, there's tariffs, there's conversion rates, like there's
I want to give you an example for big companies that are selling to other big companies, like B2B. They negotiate an agreement, and then what happens is that agreement is somehow transformed like into their ERP and get lost there. And
yes.
then the sales representatives are not really like they know the major terms of this contract with this specific seller or buyer, but they don't know every bits and bytes in this agreement. And my like Hycos can, as I said, everything happens in real time. We can like he gives them a quote, we can block the quote if it's not profitable or if it can be more profitable.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
amazing. I love
yeah,
that. I wish we could do that for me also, and I'm not e-commerce because okay, that's great because
yeah.
that
Let's talk.
cost, obviously the cost of the goods, what they could sell it for, and all the different components that go into that. The
Yeah,
affiliate fees, there's so many different, layers here. The coupons, that everything together, and like what it is and how they need to set it up properly, right? So for this, if you are to buy this, let's just say, right, you cannot offer a coupon for this item. You cannot have your affiliate sell it, right?
exactly,
The margins aren't there, right? So
exactly.
that's really, really, really amazing. So when did you go live? I know you have a design partner, so you're very early stage. When did
No,
you
we're not live. We have an MVP with one design partner. Like, as I
okay,
said, we are a really, really young company. Actually, the reason for the seed funding is to find our head of sales and start spreading the word out there.
got it.
Yeah,
Great.
but we are
Well,
ready. Like
I'm
like the
looking
product is ready.
also, this is very important to me as well, because one of the things that's my mission is to help people find jobs in Israel. Okay, so I will also have another channel called Habaita Jobs, and it's a
Okay.
free channel, especially for Olim that are looking for jobs, and a VP sales for you that could speak English. It's coming
Yeah,
from, the UK,
you
the
need.
US could be a great match for you. So I would,
I
highly
think. Yeah,
recommend people
I
contact you if
think.
they're looking. Yeah.
I think I need somebody that speaks American. Like an
Yes,
American.
speaks
Yeah,
American culture and language,
exactly.
right?
Yeah,
I will, if it's okay with you, I will also post that when I post
yeah.
the
Of
podcast,
course.
try to get some good candidates that are looking, and especially
Will.
to help bring Olim. My husband happens to be right now on a plane to New York, where he's a physician, but he's going for the Nefesh B'Nefesh conference to try to recruit new doctors and nurses to Israel, which
Oh,
we
we need them here.
desperately need. And there's so many spouses that are in sales. You'd be surprised. So their
Yeah.
spouses coming to Israel, hopefully in the medical practice or not, or just in general, just sharing my, this one connection. But anyone who's looking for a job, this is so important also for Israeli startups to help bring Olim here as well. So I will definitely share this. So Herzl, I love what you're doing. I totally think
Thank
it,
you.
there's such value to it. I really, wish you only the best, that you should get your funding, be able to hire an amazing VP sales, be able to do
Yeah.
the marketing and the research that you need to get out there, to be on the Shopify marketplace, right? if you're not already, and to really promote that, so that is just amazing. So thank you so much for joining Habaita.
Thank you so much, Shira, for having me here. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Okay.
Goodbye.